What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Trench Grenade, the talking balaclava that your mom said that you have at home. Today we're going to be discussing another episode of Operator Cults. It seems to be a popular series on the channel. You guys seem to like watching them. I seem to like making them, so we're going to continue the series. Today's Operator Cult will be the Battle Rifle Operator Cult. If you have fallen into this Operator Cult, post down below what weapon system you fell for, what battle rifle you fell for, and why. These battle rifles are going to be like your M1A, your FALs, your MDR, Timberton 308, stuff like that, your AR-10s. Okay, let me know what battle rifle you fell for down in the comment section below. Okay, guys, additionally, before we get too far into it, only 66% of you, 67 to 66% of you are actually subscribed to the channel. Make sure you actually hit the subscribe button, guys. That greatly helps me reach a broader audience. So please make sure you're actually subscribing to the channel. On that same note, if you enjoy this content, leave a like and a comment down below. Comment what your favorite or what battle rifle you have fallen for. And as far as the Discord goes, now the Discord will be Patreon members only. When you join the Patreon, it's only $5 a month. Shoot me a DM. I respond to all those direct messages in Patreon. And I'll send you a link to the Discord, and you'll have a specific member role, and there you go. If you want people to train with and game with, that is going to be the best option for you, joining the Trench Grenade community. Okay, so we have some notes. We have some talking points. I'm just going to kind of tell you my thoughts, my opinions on the battle rifle for you. Nothing discussed in today's video should be taken as legal advice or as a substitute for legal advice. Always remember the 4 rules of firearm safety. Treat your weapon as if it is loaded at all times. Keep your finger straight off the trigger until you're ready to engage. Be aware of your target and its surroundings, and never point your weapon at anything you don't intend to destroy. The Discord server is live. Get in there, get some gaming buddies and some buddies to train with. The Patreon is live. It is the only source of funding for the channel. If you're interested in it, get over there and check out the Patreon. We could sure use your help. Thanks. Modern day Patriot, okay? The first thing I want to talk about is the types of rifles we're specifically discussing, okay? Talking about full power cartridges, such as the 30-06, the 7.62x54R, 7.62 NATO, 277 Fury, 6.5 Creedmoor, so on and so forth. Those are the exact types of cartridges that I'm going to be referring to in this video, all right? The specific weapon system platforms, to give you an idea, it's going to be the M1A, the M14, the FAL. Okay, all you dudes with an FAL, I know you out here having malfunctions, and we're going to talk about you in a second. The G3, the AR-10, all you dudes with the AR-10 probably don't have more than 3,000 rounds to your gun because it's probably broke, unless it's like a CAC SR-15. Scar Heavy, MDR, HK417, and the new Sig Sauer Spear. I'm not going to comment on the Sig Sauer Spear, but I will make comments on the rest of these. But you can probably draw your conclusions from that. All right. Most of these weapons will take a 20 or 30 round detachable box magazine. Okay, so first thing I want to talk about is how heavy the battle rifle platform is. I'm trying to think. The lightest of these is probably going to be either your AR-10 or your MDR platform. They are still heavy. Okay, typically you're going to carry at least 210 rounds with you for a standard AR-15 or your standard AKM pattern weapon, okay? Your assault rifles, if you will, for lack of a better term, for military purposes, your assault rifles, right, as opposed to your battle rifles, using military terms here. So your standard AR-15 and your AKMs, you're going to be able to take around 210 rounds for an average loadout. For a battle rifle your cartridge, the ones I just listed, you're looking at about 120 to 150 rounds upper end. Now, what that means is you're bringing less bullets to the fight, and I can already hear someone slamming, physically leaning down, laying on their keyboard. Oh, but Trench, my cartridge is more effective than yours. We're going to get to you. Trust me. Yes, if I hit somebody with a 5.56 and I hit the same, exact spot with a 308, is it going to be more effective with 308? Yeah, probably, but we're going to get to that. But so you're taking a significantly less amount of ammo to the fight if you're bringing a battle rifle. That is the first major issue I have with the platform. But Trench, why can't I bring 210 rounds with me? Because it's heavy, okay? It is extremely heavy to carry all that ammo for 30-06, 308, 6'5" Creedmoor. And for all you guys saying, I can take the weight, one, post physique, because you're probably not doing PT. Two, you're probably not training. There might be, out of everyone that watches this video, I'll say maybe 5%. That's being generous because I'm not part of that population. 5% that can be effective carrying the weight of a battle rifle with armor, with a 72-hour loadout, and still be effective with it. Okay, that's not a personal attack on you. That's just reality. Okay, so heavy. That is the biggest attractor. Heavy and less ammo. That is going to be the biggest attractor of the battle rifles. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is reliability and longevity. Okay, the M1A and the M14, they take grease. A lot of people don't know that. You got to grease them up. So you see a lot of malfunctions after about 600 rounds because they don't know how to properly maintain the weapon, as well as the M1A or M14 series. Every time you clean the weapon, you take that weapon out of the bedding, the stock, right? Every time you unbed it and take it out, the receiver out of the stock, you're loosening the MOA or you're increasing your MOA, which means you're making the rifle less accurate every time you clean it. But you have to clean it to maintain lubricity with that grease. Okay, so there's the biggest downfall of the M1A M14. Another big downfall of the M1A M14 is they are not as accurate as you think they might be. They're about a 2 MOA to 3 MOA gun in the beginning on average. Okay, I hear you, Internet Commando, typing on the keyboard that yours is sub MOA. No, it's not. FAL, your source of feed is going to fail you. Okay, your magazines is the biggest thing I see fail the FAL platform. Your magazines, they don't run reliably, and most of you guys with the FAL living out some sort of Rhodesia, Zimbabwe Rhodesia fantasy, that's cool. Continue your LARP, right? But with that being said, know that you have to adjust the gas setting to the ammo you're actually going to use. And I've seen more FALs fail, I think, than anything else. With the exception of the MDR and AR-10, I have seen more FALs fail than any other battle rifle that I have experience with. Okay, so to all you Rhodesia, Zimbabwe LARPers, you need to actually train with your FAL, and you probably should start doing PT because that thing is freaking heavy. G3, have no experience at all with it. AR-10, T-Rex Arms did a good video on the Arrow gun, the Arrow precision gun. Needless to say, the industry is not caught up for the $1,000, $1,500 area. The industry is still catching up to that kind of price point. I know Daniel Defense makes a good one, okay, but they have issues over time. So unless you're buying a Knights Armament AR-10, I would definitely steer you away from an AR-10. I can hear all kinds of guys saying, I built mine for $500 and I have never had any issues, but you fired 50 rounds through it, you never trained with it. Good to go, cool guy. Okay, so AR-10 is an issue of longevity. Scar Heavy, they'll kill your optics, so you make sure if you are running a Scar Heavy, you actually buy an optic that is made for the recoil of the Scar Heavy. I know the Scar suppresses very nicely. That is one pro I'll give to the Scar, as well as the AR-10 platform. They both suppress very nicely. The MDR. Where to start on the MDR? So, don't know how personal I want to get here. Let me just say this. So we joke about Glock perfection because they've had really 5.5 generations of perfection, right? So it's really not perfect, obviously. MDR has had, or Desert Tech, or the MDR series has had a ton of issues, a ton of changes. I don't know what's going on with them, and I'm not going to find out. I would not bet my life on an MDR, even now in 2023. That's what I'll say. They have quality control issues. They're having problems just making their gun reliable and making it actually function perfectly. If you don't believe me, ask one of my buddies who went on a caribou hunt with him. His gun was always doing all kinds of things. Yes, have they fixed his specific gun now? Yes, but I digress. Okay, I digress. HK 417, no experience. 6-hour spear, no comment. But it is heavy. Okay, the next port, optics. So if you're gonna have a battle rifle and your argument is, oh, I have much more stopping power and more range. Okay, cool. But with that being said, you need to invest in an optic. And a lot of you guys do not invest in an optic capable of actually utilizing that cartridge to its fullest potential. So if for whatever reason you actually decide to run a battle rifle and run a battle rifle cartridge, you need to invest in an optic that is suitable to that weapon system. It's going to actually help you use that cartridge of that weapon effectively to longer ranges. But with that is going to come more weight because a lot of you guys are going to instinctively toss an LVPO, and next thing you know, you got a 12-pound gun. You can't move 20 feet. All right, some of y'all knew it was coming, so here it is. PT. If you can't pick up 150 rounds, body armor, your rifle, 72-hour kit, or some sort of medium ruck or assault pack, and we'll be generous. Go for a 5-mile hike and not just be smoked. The battle rifle ain't for you. I can do the thing I just talked about, and I still would not choose a battle rifle. The ammo is too heavy, guys. The guns are too bulky. It's a specialty weapon system or platform that most of you do not need. All right. A lot of you guys are going to bench rest them. You're going to zero them. You're going to say, my gun's amazing. It probably is, whatever. But here's the deal. It all comes back to PT. And a lot of y'all are not in as good a shape as you think you are, and you need to do more PT. There you go. Go lift weights. Go touch grass. That is going to be the biggest detractor. Okay. The next biggest detractor is training. Okay. A lot of y'all are not a designated marksman. Some of y'all from the Army know what I'm talking about. You're just not that guy. And that's fine because I'm not that guy either. I'm not a designated marksman. But this is what I'm going to tell you. If you're dead set, let's say you're dead set on your M1A FUD build and it's super heavy and you're like, I'm going to run it. You put whatever optics, whatever optic, let's say you put a freaking 1-8 or 1-6 or 1-8, whatever you decide to put on the gun. And then that's all you do. Well, you need to get training. You need to attend a designated marksman course or some sort of course that can actually help you maximize the potential of that gun. Because if you don't, you're a liability and you're just carrying extra weight for no reason because you're just going to be somebody's, in Minecraft, somebody's loot drop. So you're going to do what you're going to do, but it's just my advice. Take it for what it's worth. I got "you're not that guy" underlined. So let's talk about that. So there's a reason why we say the designated marksman or the designated shotgunner. There are 9 to 12 guys that are carrying either an M249 SAW or just an M4, right, or standard AR-15 in your squad, and then you have 1 guy with a shotgun and 1 guy or gal with a designated marksman. There's a reason for that. A lot of you guys are like, I'm the guy. I need 308 stop and power. No, stop. There's a reason. That guy, he might only have 120 rounds on him or less. He'll have a handgun, but he's got a bunch of guys to support him around him with AR-15s. Okay? That needs to be noted. So for all you civilians that are like, I'm going to be that 1 guy by myself because I don't have the support system of other people and I got to make up for it. You're going in the wrong direction. You're doing yourself a disservice. My advice would be stay away from the battle rifle and stay away from the battle rifle cartridges. 1, you can't afford it. 2, you're not in good enough shape. 3, you don't have good enough training. 4, you don't have 9 to 12 other guys with AR-15s that are going to support you, most likely. Yeah, most likely. Yeah, so in summary, they're heavy. Most of you are out of shape. A lot of them have reliability issues and quality control issues over time. Even the ones that don't, like the M1A or M14, every time you clean it is going to cause reduced reliability, especially if you're using a polymer stock. Okay, even with the wood stock, it's the same thing, and you're not going to pay to have it rebedded. I guarantee you. We talked about the cartridges. They're all full power cartridges or ammo, and they are more expensive than your other standard rounds, your assault rifle rounds. The magazine issues, all you guys with the FAL talked about it. They're all heavy, and don't come at me with the AR-10's not heavy. It's heavy. Let's see. So you carry less ammo to the fight. That means the fight is not going to last. The fight will last as long as you have bullets, because then the enemy will dictate the fight when you run out of ammo. The pros, the pro is if you hit them, if you are that guy, you are that trained operator that knows how to run the DMR with a bunch of people to support you with AR-15s, and you're banging on the long gun, Well, you're going to be very, very effective. If you have training and uh, you have training and you're hitting what you're aiming at because you have a good optic on the gun, you're going to be very, very combat effective as long as you have people to actually support you with their AR-15s and squad automatic weapons. Okay, you're an asset. If you're that guy, awesome. But make sure you have those 9 to 12 guys covering you. We talked about the optic choice. Make sure you put a good optic if you do, for some reason, go for it anyway. And lastly, we'll talk about my choice. My choice is to stay away from them. I have owned M1A, I have owned AR-10, and I believe that's it. And M1A, yeah, I stay away from them for all the ammos, for all the reasons listed. Ammo is more expensive. I'm not that guy when it comes to training. Okay, I'm not a designated marksman. I realize it's a specialty role. I realize I can't move as far with 210 rounds as I can with 5.56 and carry other stuff. So for me, I stay far away from the designated the battle rifles. I know a lot of people on the internet are going to try to sell you. They're about like companies are going to try to sell you an AR-10. They're going to try to sell you an MDR or all the guns I've listed today. My advice would be get some training and stay away from them. Get your AR-15 and get some freaking training. That is my advice, and that's my choice. Yeah, so in summary, guys, that is all the stuff we have talked about. Those are my thoughts on the battle rifle for the Modern Patriot in 2023. If you enjoy this content, drop a like down below. Comment what battle rifle you fell for or what you use, I guess, if you're still using it. Reminder, the Discord is live, but it is now Patreon members only. Patreon is only $5 a month. If you can afford it, I could certainly use your help. Making this content is not free. All right, guys, thanks for being here. This is going to be Trench Grenade signing out. Cheers.